First off, yeah, y'all all know me, whether you want to or not. I'm Zachary Carlisle. Part of what we're doing here is, for our class, I want to kind of explain what we had to do here. As a group, we were given an assignment to come up with an outside organization, outside the university, to do an instruction and curriculum class to teach a skill or class for the group. When we were given this idea, I immediately fell in love with Garrow. I came to Richard, discussed it with him. He loved it, said, here's what we want to do. And so we went through the process. A lot of y'all filled out surveys. We interviewed some of y'all. I went through the process of analyzing all our surveys and our interviews and sat down with Richard and discussed all of this and said, you know what, we want to do some teamwork, team building concept type stuff to teach y'all. We didn't want to do it as to say that there's no teamwork around here. We wanted to do it to strengthen the teamwork within the organization. So I want to introduce my group. The first one in my group we have is Jeremy Cohen, Candace Clark, Grace Connors back there videoing us, and Stephanie Castillo. We've worked on this since late August. We've been working on this project, and we're really excited to be here. For us, this is a culmination of the last several months of working together and putting this all together to be able to come to y'all. One of the things I want to make sure, let y'all know, we did bring some snacks. Feel free to partake, have some. We will have a break built into this after the first module. Before we go into the second module, we'll have a small break. And also, at any time, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, okay? Last but not least, I want to thank Richard and Chad and Robbie for helping us get this together and allowing us to come in, do the assessments, do the interviews, and to be able to do this here today. For that, thank you guys, because without y'all, it would have been real hard to pull this off. So thank you. Without further ado, I want to introduce our first couple people to present, Candace and Jeremy.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. So glad you could make it. We are going to get started. Module 1, basic teamwork concepts. One man alone can be pretty dumb sometimes, but for real, bona fide stupidity, there ain't nothing that can beat teamwork. But this is by author Edward Abbey. It's pretty true, because if you can tell by the picture, you work together as a team and they try to meet up, but it just didn't work. Okay, definitions. Teamwork is performed by a group, each doing its part with all of the subordinates in the team, goals, and overall goals. Y'all should know this. It's important to understand that it's not all about you. Like, yes, you come here, you have your job, you come to your job, you do your work, but it's about being people as well. And it builds trust, and it does help you out in the long run. I mean, if you're nice to people now, and you do teamwork now, then it will help you out, and you won't, like, have office drama or people not understanding you.
Yeah. So we've got 3 categories of teamwork. We've got transition, action, and interpersonal. Each of these, we'll go into each one. Transition process. I don't know if you guys have your booklet out. We're actually on page, sorry. We're actually on page 5 right now if you guys want to keep up with us. We're going a little fast. So, on teamwork process, transition process to discuss the task and also sort out who does each job. Yes. You guys need to book over there? There you go. You're welcome.
Now, have you ever seen that movie, Mission Impossible, the one with Tom Cruise being, a badass and going down the thing? This is kind of what we're talking about right now. We're talking about how to accomplish what we set out to do.
So the next thing is the strategy formulation, how to accomplish the mission. And then lastly, this goal is the goal specification. It's the ultimate goals of the group. So your task at hand.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own role in a group, and you guys are all designed to do your task. And if somebody fails it, you guys all fail it. Or if you guys all accomplish it, you all accomplish it towards your goal. And that's the main purpose of the transition process.
I mean, it's like Tom Cruise being taken down into the middle, and then like one of the guys up top screws up, and that's why he goes plummeting all the way down until he hits the floor. And it's like a really cool action scene. It just makes all the men go, ugh.
The next one is our action process. The first part is monitoring milestones and goals. The next part is monitoring systems and processes. Third one is coordination, and the last one is team monitoring. Do you want to go into those a little bit?
Yeah. Basically, like, you know how you're in your group and you have your task and you're doing your job. Like for us, what we did, it was like, okay, this is what we need to do. We have to have it done by this time. So, Candace, you work on the PowerPoint. Jeremy, you go and interview them. Stephanie, you go and hand out the surveys. I mean, we all had a basic task that we all had to do. And we would all send it to Zachary, and he'd be like, yeah, that's great, but you gotta do this and this and this, and this sounds great, but let's fix it a little bit. And we'd all come together at the library, and they have those big TVs there, and we would just sit there for hours and fix it and talk and talk and talk. And this is basically what we're talking about right here, these action process. We actually sit down and integrate it into this whole program. And then we have interpersonal processes, conflict resolution, motivation, configuration development. Oop, wrong one. Basically, like if a conflict arises, like, hey, I can't come and do my work today because I'm sick, or hey, the PowerPoint, I'll get it to you tomorrow, but I can't today because my cat died, or something like that. Basically, it's like just basic understanding and motivation development. Like Zachary would be like, hey, this is gonna be due, we're gonna make 100 on it, we're going to do this. Just regular stuff, you know. And then, activity 1. Is it recording?
Yeah, you can just go in the back or something. I don't know.
We're going to use Dr. Grace. She's going to start off with you guys in activity 1. Overlooking this one a little bit, we're just going to use what we talked about a little bit, and we're going to bring you guys into activities. Show us something like that right now.
Okay, so I got to break y'all up into groups. This is where the fun begins. Some of y'all get to be line guys. There's a bunch of y'all. So I need 3 mechanics. Dan, you get to be an AMP. You get to be an AMP. You're going to be in Chad's group. Actually, can my 3 managers stand up? Because that's where they're going to go. They're going to go to y'all.
Yeah.
Danny, you're going to go with Chad's group. Arnie, can you go with Richard's group? You're going to be Richard's AMP. Wade, you get to be Robbie's AMP. I couldn't help it. Teresa, can you be Richard's CSR, please? Gene, you're going to do a role you're not familiar with. I'm going to let you be Chad's CSR. Robbie, I'm going to let you choose your CSR. Okay. The rest of you are line people, line guys. So we got how many of y'all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I also need 3 mechanics helpers. Richard, stay right there. Chris and Quincy, I'll let you go with Robbie. So Robbie, you got 2 line guys right there with you. Herb and you and Jacob go with Chad. You're going to be Chad's line guys, and you've got your line guys. Okay. So here's the purpose behind. Okay.